you're 100% right on Witten. He was a real blocker in the days that tight ends were asked to block earlier. He definitely is way above his stats for his performances. Don't you think with baseball, I used to always think, okay, was this guy the best for years at his position?
Yeah.
And for many years, I thought Witten was among the best in the consistency of it. Whereas Brandon Marshall, very good, but overshadowed by some other guys at that position during that time. So I'm right there with you.
But also, you're trying to gauge now what is Hall of Fame worthy when it comes to catches. Even quarterbacks, we expect you to throw for 4,000 yards now. If you don't throw for 30 touchdowns, you've had a bad year. With a wide receiver, if you don't get 90 catches, that somehow you've had a subpar season. What is this going to do to guys who have respectable numbers? And then you have this new wave where Antonio Brown can end up second or third on the all-time reception list.
Sure. It's to me, a bit of a sliding scale. And I come back to that. Instead of comparing numbers, because even in 5-year increments, the numbers can change because of an evolution of the game or the easy access passes like the bubble screens and those types of things. At least if you look at, okay, during his time, where was he relative to the other players at his position? Then it balances out a statistical oddity for a year or two. Maybe they threw a guy 110 completions. They threw him 160 balls in a year, and he caught 115 because the other receiver was hurt or they had a running game that was not as good, so they had to throw it. It balances out when you say, okay, was this guy excellent in his position? Was he elite among his peers in his position? And when other teams had to go up against him, did you put his name up on the board and say, we've got to control this guy? We've got to stop Dan Patrick in this game. Your old line, we can only hope to contain him because he's going to get his. Those are the kind of guys that separate from just a whole volume of analytics and stats.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.